To respond to my colleague from Laguna Niguel, I just want to say that there is money built into this proposal for middle-income housing. 15% would go to mixed income, which is exactly what the good senator is concerned about. People in the middle class who can't afford California house prices but aren't low income enough to get subsidized housing. So it's there. In terms of the private sector has an incredible role, the biggest role to play in the development of housing. If you look at some of our large downtowns, you see cranes in the air. You've heard me say this. They're busy building the upper end, the luxury housing. You have to have subsidies. Talk to your developer friends. You have to have subsidies to be able to provide low-income, affordable housing. I would say, a comment, this bill has never been designed to fix everything. I don't think any piece of legislation could. If you look and have listened, as my colleague who is the budget chair said earlier, as discussing the budget trailers and the juniors, and if you listen, there's been a whole package of legislation presented in the last couple of hours that talk about various components and pieces of this problem. And even then, as we do all of this, we need to see the implementation. We need to then continue to move forward to try to address the issues. So in my close, I would say, Mr. President and senators, in my mind, this is a really historic day. This piece of legislation has been 7 years in the making, and the final product here today is the result of years of incredible work by dedicated sponsors and supporters. As my colleague from Napa said, more than 200 organizations, count them on the fact sheet, helped get this bill across the finish line. We worked with such a diverse group of supporters to develop what's here today, and it's why I was able to answer many of your questions. Local government, labor, realtors, local chambers of commerce, business associations, faith-based organizations, environmental group, many others. So thank you. While SB 2 may have my name on it as the author, this really isn't about me. It is about all of us. This bill is a product of each and every one of you, my colleagues here on the Senate floor and in the Assembly. There's something for everyone's district, whether you vote for it or not. Homelessness is nonpartisan. It doesn't stop at any of our district boundaries. It impacts every single one of us. We have a crisis on our hands, and today we're taking a huge step and saying that California is going to take some action. The people that we're helping here today might never know what it was that put a roof over their head. And frankly, that shouldn't matter. What's important is that we pull together and pass a package of bills, and this bill that will have a real positive impact on thousands upon thousands of lives every single year. Together, we are helping lift many of our residents out of poverty and providing them with the cornerstone and a foundation of a healthful life, a place to call home. I ask for your support of SB 2.